Hi there, my name is Amita Singh. The behaviorist I researched was Christy Alligood. Christy Alligood is a behaviorist that has spent a significant amount of time analyzing both human and non-human behavior. In my research, I found it fascinating to take a step back and analyze behavior from a different lens, specifically focusing on non-humans. So at this time, Dr. Alligood works for both Disney Animal Kingdom in Orlando, Florida, as well as for the University of Florida. In Florida, she teaches animal behavior courses focused on applied behavior analysis and applied behavior analysis focused with animals. A huge focus for her in her research and in her works and lectures is application of behavior analysis. She has partnered with Animal Kingdom for the last 12 years, and this is partially why I chose her as my researcher. I just thought that was so fascinating. As connecting to many of our own interests, Dr. Alligood's primary focus on why specific behaviors are occurring within animals and in trying to establish trends, antecedents, reinforcers for a variety of different behaviors. So kind of going into her unique works. So Christy Alligood's unique works continue as she continues to teach at the University of Florida while simultaneously supporting and working with Disney's Animal Kingdom. She also provides trainings, enrichment, and oversees a multitude of different teams and interest groups organized around applied behavior, animal behavior specifically. A lot of Dr. Alligood's initial contributions were focused around a multifaceted conversion program for key larga wood rats. So as she studies, she thinks about animals participating in their own care, so medical, husbandry, and environment enrichment. So as I thought about how her research has supported our current investigations, I am constantly reflecting on how she is supporting animal self-advocacy and independence, as we also do for many of our humans and learners. So it was a cool tie to feel both of those. In Dr. Alligood's research, she constantly is thinking about ways to put behavioral needs first. So part of her focus is primarily similar opportunities within zoos as animals would be exposed in their natural environment. So kind of going into it, she did receive her master's degree from the University of North Carolina and a PhD in 2007 from West Virginia. So kind of talking about her professional contributions, so I kind of mentioned this before, that her initial works focused on multifaceted conversion programs for key larga wood rats. And at this time, she's continuing to work on the behavioral husbandry team as well as being an active member in the applied animal behavior community. So she's constantly just still thinking about ways to merge the worlds of behavior analysis and zoological studies. So specific research areas of interest. So as I researched her and dove into her articles, I kept thinking about how does this apply to me in my world and how does this apply to the behavior analyst world. And a lot of vocabulary kept reoccurring and coming back up. In one specific research article, Dr. Alligood dives into choice among stimuli and equivalence classes. So stimulus equivalence focuses on studying behavior that occurs in the presence of arbitrary stimuli. For Dr. Alligood, she wanted to identify stability in responses to stimuli within a specific equivalence class, as well as compare the accuracy and speed for the responding functions being focused in on. So what? We need to identify what will increase class-specific behaviors and what reinforcements play in. And just like we would do with a child, it was a nice connection for me to see it in both realms. As a behavior analyst, she dove into the needs to identify the arrangement of reinforcers and the importance of identifying if they were increasing a specific manners, similar to how we would identify reinforcement needed in humans. Another important research topic for her was behavior predictors and what behaviors can be expected when paired with specific stimuli. Which brings me to the third and most fascinating research topic for me specifically, was the evaluation of the environment enrichment and how explicit and how much she dove into making sure it was a science. So not only are we identifying a specific framework for programming, we're recognizing the specific environmental enrichment needs, and continuously focusing on the consistency and specific procedures that are needed. And my big so what from this whole research article was how critical those procedures are, and if they are modified prior to the animal or the human being ready, generalization won't occur and the behavior won't continue. So that was a big aha for me. So moving through. So I did put in some of my mock interview questions, so that these are them here. So what connections have you established between animal behavior and human behavior? That's a lingering question, and I would love to have a conversation with her about some of those ideas and just the application among animals versus humans and like the environment enrichment. So here they are up below. Dr. Alligood's research is emerging and fascinating, and she's one of the very few behavior analysts in her setting. So she's working to help identify and recognize specific needs for humans and non-humans, and she's spending so much time with her research trying to marry the two and identify, as a behavior analyst, how does the environment play a role. Thank you.